Hello everyone. Today I want to share a useful tip, especially for those of you still using an older router at home. Instead of rushing to buy a new one, you can actually make the most out of the device you already have, as long as it's still functioning properly. I'll show you a way to upgrade it, so the signal becomes stronger and more responsive, giving you a smoother online experience. This method may cost a little, and the process isn't entirely simple, but if you're comfortable with basic electronics, you'll find it fairly manageable. What I really want to highlight is this. The best solution isn't always replacing something, but learning how to upgrade and maximize what you already own. So let's get started, and you'll notice the difference right at home. After removing the top cover of the router, place it neatly on the table. This step sets things up for the next stage. For the first step, I've got a ceramic donut-shaped magnet. You can easily find one in an old speaker. I'll test the magnet with a screwdriver. It's still good. And here I prepared a single long wire. I didn't measure it with a ruler. So if you follow along, just estimate the length as shown in the video. Now I'll wrap the wire around the magnet ring like an inductor, leaving two ends about 8 to 9 centimeters long, depending on the wire you have. I'll use some hot glue to fix the wire onto the magnet, so it doesn't slip. After a few turns, I add a bit more glue. As mentioned earlier, I've left two wire ends free for the connection step later. As long as the wire is secure with hot glue and won't slip, you can set it down and get ready for the connection step. In this connection step, first strip a short piece of insulation from both wire ends, then twist the copper strands together. In my hand is a 1-2 TV splitter. For now, I'll plug the two wire ends into these two ports, and we'll deal with the remaining port later. Use hot glue to secure the wire ends so they won't slip out. At the same time, I secure the splitter onto the magnet's cut surface with hot glue. The glue is dry. Now we fix this unit onto the router cover we removed earlier in the video. I prepared a short network cable with one connector. The purpose is to connect this end to the remaining port of the splitter. Since the network cable core is small and twisted, it can be tricky. If you've never done this before, watch me first before trying it yourself. I find that working with too many tiny, twisted copper strands inside a network cable can be inconvenient when making a connection. The strands get tangled hold poorly and sometimes make the contact unstable, which can make handling tricky and time-consuming, and occasionally even frustrating and slightly stressful. A simple way to handle this is to trim about half of the strands. This makes the core neater, easier to twist tightly, and easier to insert into the connector, reducing the chance of loose or weak contact. If you wonder whether reducing strands affects signal reception, it doesn't. The remaining strands are enough for stable transmission. What matters more is having a neat and secure connection, which ensures reliable and long-lasting performance over time, so you can confidently continue to the next steps. Now we just secure it with hot glue, and that's about 70% of the antenna done. The glue is dry, so now we move on to making the signal cable from the antenna to the TV. Here I prepared 2 short single core wires. First, I'll connect one end of each to the TV antenna cable to bring the signal in. The other ends will go to the router's circuit board, forming a complete bridge between the antenna and the device. This approach keeps the process simple and reduces risks while working. In this step, I'll connect one end of the TV antenna wire to any 2 ends of the 2 short wires. For electrical safety, I'll slide a piece of heat shrink tubing over the connection and use a lighter to shrink it snugly, protecting the wires and preventing short circuits. In this step, I'll connect the remaining 2 wire ends to the router circuit board. I'll use flux and solder, along with basic techniques like cleaning the joint, heating it to melt the solder evenly, and securing the wire firmly. This ensures a solid connection and stable signal transmission from the antenna through the router. The solder joint is cooled and is very solid, so now we can put the router cover back on, ensuring everything fits securely and safely. I apologize for my oversight. The network cable slipped out of the splitter port. Hang tight, everyone, I have another way to fix it. In this step, I'll use heat shrink tubing to secure the network cable so it won't slip out of the splitter connector. Alright, now we'll screw in the connector and plug the cable into the router, then move on to the final step. For the other end of the TV antenna cable, we'll connect it to a straight F connector and a 90 degrees Fahrenheit connector to hook directly into the TV. So, we've successfully upgraded an old router. Now we can test it right away and see the results. So, after completing all the steps, the old router has been successfully upgraded, and the results are truly impressive. When testing, the Wi-Fi signal is now much more stable, and data transmission speeds are noticeably faster than before the upgrade. Dead zones in the house have practically disappeared, and all connected devices now run smoothly without the frequent lag or signal drops that were there previously. In reality, this upgrade has transformed a seemingly outdated, underperforming device into a powerful, reliable tool for the home network. What's particularly exciting is that when testing multiple devices at once, phones, tablets, laptops, they all receive strong and stable signals. You can feel the difference immediately while moving around the house, no longer worrying about weak spots or reduced speed. This demonstrates that sometimes we don't need to rush to replace a device. Knowing how to properly upgrade and optimize the existing hardware can achieve incredible results. Through this experience, I really want to emphasize that patience, careful step-by-step execution, and small, seemingly simple tricks can make a remarkable difference. I'm sure many of you are eager to try this after watching this video. If you have an old router and want to upgrade it, I hope today's guide gives you the confidence to do so. Not only will you save money, but you'll also enjoy the satisfaction of transforming a once outdated device into a much stronger one. This is the fun part, combining knowledge, a bit of patience, and easily available materials to create something new right at home. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button to show your support and share it with friends or family struggling with weak Wi-Fi signals. Also, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss future tutorials, upgrade tips, and tech hacks. Every like, comment, and subscription motivates me to continue making high-quality videos that help people solve common problems in their digital life. In summary, upgrading an old router not only makes the signal faster and more stable, but also provides the satisfaction of seeing your own hands create significant improvements from an otherwise outdated device. It clearly proves that technology isn't only about buying new gadgets. It's also about the ability to reuse, upgrade, and optimize what you already have. Thank you all for watching, and let's continue exploring, sharing, and learning more interesting tech tips together.